Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for a Wood TV special, Veterans Voices. I'm Casey Jones. Here, we will share voices of valor. When great adversity was met with great courage, we will hear from heroes, how their sacrifice and service forged a future fellowship that continues to serve today. We will watch our warriors from the front lines of battle to the storefronts in our communities. Over the next 60 minutes, we will celebrate the reverent respect our military community deserves. They are the keepers of history, the guardians of liberty. They are the defenders of our freedom. And for so many of us, they're just dad or mom. They're a grandparent or an uncle. They're our children, or they're us. Because the veterans in our life represent more than their service. They're a part of our biggest days and they're in our lowest moments. They're our loved ones. And that is the case for so many of us here at Wood TV. Each one of these faces represents a war, a branch, a brotherhood. Each one of these faces represents a father, a grandfather, or a son. Each one of these faces has a story, has a voice. Just like the first man that we'll meet, a Korean War veteran from Grand Rapids who fought in the war but never went to boot camp. News 8's Kyle Mitchell explains why he wasn't the only one to find himself on the front line without boot camp training.
At 94, Sergeant Howard Davis is a survivor.
I was there a year and 4 days in serving in the Able Company 7 Marines. Yeah, so a lot of men come and go. Yeah.
The Korean War veteran served in the Marine Corps Reserve, but never had what is considered a rite of passage in the military, the intense training of boot camp.
In the 20th century, it only happened one time, and that was at the beginning of the Korean War. Military had gotten so low after World War II. Now, today, that would never happen because first you go to boot camp, and then you get out of the boot camp, go in the reserves.
The retired preacher from Grand Rapids joined the reserves with two close friends.
My friends and I, 3 of us, enlisted on June 22nd, 1948. We were all just about 19 at that time.
Joining a reserve unit meant not being drafted. They were in the middle of a health screening for the National Guard when they heard the Marine Corps Reserve was taking new recruits.
And all of a sudden we said, whoa, that's better than the National Guard. So we told them to tear up our papers, and we went up and enlisted in the Marine Corps Reserve.
Davis wasn't alone, ending up on the front line without attending boot camp.
What happened was that most reserve units were organized at either 47 or 48. And so you could enlist for 2, 3, or 4 years. And most people enlisted for 2 years. And they got out before the Korean War started. And so the number of that served in that capacity were about 8,500.
Concerned they could be drafted after serving voluntarily as Marines, Davis and his friends signed up for 3 years.
We thought, now the draft law's for 2 years, and the president hasn't signed that bill yet. So we can serve 2 years in the reserve and still get drafted.
But they were wrong. The men who signed up for 2 years ended up finishing before the Korean War started. Davis went to Camp Pendleton, and the Marine Corps determined he had enough training to fight.
There were those like me who had been in 2 years and had gone to at least 72 training sessions, which we had, and had gone to 1 summer camp, which we had at Camp Lejeune. We were deemed combat ready.
Like most who serve will tell you, the reality of combat life is something they'll never forget.
You know, it's not just that you're getting shot at, which you are, and so forth, and you're shooting and so forth and that stuff, but you live outdoors. If it's cold, you're cold, and then at night, one person had to stay awake while the other one slept. And so you slept half the night, and about 3 hours you sat there huddled up with your weapon ready.
Davis says he's fortunate to have made it through the war when so many lost lives or came back injured.
We were off the line from July 1st to the middle of August. We took such heavy casualties end of May and June. The worst was May 29th. We tried taking a hill. We started out with 63 in my platoon, ended up with 13 that night. And my company lost all the officers except 1. All 6 of our corpsmen were gone.
Despite the human toll, the Marine says without the U.S. military, South Korean democracy wouldn't exist.
A lot of wars, you wonder, why did they fight that? Why did they fight that? I always say war is the great insanity of mankind, but we saved South Korea. They're a prosperous nation today.
Miraculously, Davis and his 2 friends made it home. He went to college, seminary, and served most recently at a church in Wyoming. Becoming a minister is something he says wouldn't have happened without serving in the Marine Corps Reserve.
So it changed my life. Changed everybody's life, incidentally.
In Grand Rapids, Kyle Mitchell, News 8.
It certainly did. We continue our Veterans Voices journey next by going green. We'll introduce you to a veteran who found himself in a new home without a home.
When I moved to this county, I actually ended up becoming homeless.
Now he's helping raise awareness for other vets. Coming up, how you can join his battle to support other veterans in need. Plus, we're opening up our Veterans Vault to reshare the story of Sid Langer, a World War II vet no longer with us, who helped us see the war through a unique lens. Welcome back to our Veterans Voices special. You may have noticed during this week leading up to Veterans Day a green tint around towns in Kent County. It's part of an ongoing effort from Kent County Veterans Services to support former members and point them to crucial resources. News 8's Demetrius Sanders spoke with a vet connected to Operation Greenlight and tells us how one light bulb can make a big difference.
From 2012 to 2018, Reginald Ferrier served with the United States Army.
I was able to go to Afghanistan. I medically separated from the military, came out of the service with a service connection.
After separating from the military, Ferrier, originally from Pittsburgh, moved to Grand Rapids to be close to family, and that transition came with some bumps in the road.
When I moved to this county, I actually ended up becoming homeless during some time while I was here.
He started to see things change after connecting with Kent County Veterans Services, where he's now an accredited county veteran service officer. The services he received helped him get back on his feet and also provided a sense of community.
Felt like they cared for me. I felt like they were listening to my story. I felt like I wasn't being judged.
There are around 40,000 veterans in Kent County, but Kent County Veterans Services says many have slipped through the cracks.
I don't think we're servicing even half of them.
From November 6th through the 12th, the community is encouraged to turn their outdoor lighting or buildings green for Operation Greenlight, an initiative designed to draw awareness to what Kent County Veterans Services has to offer.
There are veterans that maybe haven't heard of us yet, or maybe they're close to being evicted, or maybe they need groceries. Those are things that we can help with that can be life-changing.
And Ferrier says there's nothing like seeing other veterans find out what help is out there.
And there's just nothing that can describe wherever you're able to help somebody get where they deserve to be, but they don't even know how to get there, and they're not even sure of what it is that they need.
You can pick up a free green light bulb at the Kent County Veteran Services office. In Grand Rapids, Demetrius Sanders, News 8.
There are a number of services Kent County Veteran Services helps with to those living and those we've lost, whether it's finding relief for the day-to-day or making sure a veteran finds their final resting place. Their goal is to connect veterans to benefits for themselves and their families. You can find a link to those resources inside of the Operation Greenlight story over at woodtv.com. Coming up next, we meet a servicewoman who remembers her time in the Navy filled with estrangement, how she's taking that time of invisibility and paving a clear path of recognition for all vets. And we reintroduce you to a World War II veteran who helped us see his experience through an extraordinary lens. We'll open up the Veterans Vault to make sure his story is not forgotten. We're back now to our Veterans Voices special, and we know that with service comes a multitude of experiences and stories. Some are not always moments of valor. There is one female vet who's using her experience while serving to make sure future women don't have the same story of their time in the military.
It was a different world.
Marching in heels and wearing red lipstick
Learning about helicopters
were requirements for Teresa Robinson. She joined the Navy in 1974 at 18 years old and traveled from Grand Rapids to Florida.
My mom's crying, my aunt's there crying, and I'm thinking, why is everybody crying? I'm going on this cool adventure. I'm so excited.
She started studying at the Naval Academy.
We all took notes. All the girls were taking notes.
Soon she discovered the challenges of being a woman in the military.
I had to figure out what to wear while I was walking to work so as not to have all the cat calls.
She says they weren't allowed to carry or shoot guns like the men, and even though she was in the Navy, she was only on a boat once.
You didn't question that. It just, women just didn't do that. The girls didn't go aboard ship.
After leaving the Navy, Robinson says it took her 20 years to identify as a veteran. That's after she decided to join an American Legion. But she found that things at the Legion were similar to what she experienced in the Navy.
They had no respect for me. None. None. I had to earn that respect. I knew that every meeting I went to, I had to be triple prepared for anything they may shoot my way.
She's now a commander at an American Legion post, and she's on the Female Veterans Coalition for the state. Besides also working as a realtor, Robinson spends her time mentoring females in the service and trying to make the military a safer place for women.
Besides the respect that females deserve when they're serving and the right to serve in a safe environment, I want the general public to know that you can look like me, have white hair, not look like I ever served in the military, but I did.
In Grand Rapids, Elena Cousineau, News 8.
Still to come, a 100-year-old World War II vet who convinced his commander to let him bring a camera on board his ship in Okinawa. And we sit down with our digital team to give you a look at the resources and stories we've put together on woodtv.com. That's when we return. Welcome back to our Veterans Voices special. I'm excited to share with you some veteran stories that you'll only find at woodtv.com. We've got two members of our digital team, digital host Phil Panarski and digital reporter Madeline Bursma. Thank you so much for joining us. And I know that both of you have been working on veteran stories here for the last few weeks. But Phil, I want to start with you because you did one on a short snorter story. And I was fascinated by it, not just because of the content, but also because I'd never heard of that before.
Right, absolutely. I mean, the name itself is what really intrigued me. So basically what it is when men would go off to war, specifically in this instance with World War II, they'd all sign a piece of paper, just something to kind of make sure that they remember each other by. And then when they all got back to war, or back from war, I should say, they would all meet up somewhere and somebody would be in charge of holding on to that piece of paper. In this case, it was a $1 bill. And they would all meet up again, and then whoever was in charge of it, if they lost it or didn't bring it with them, they would have to buy a round of drinks. So that is kind of what we were looking into over at Grand Rapids Coins. They got one brought in, and yeah, I mean, so far, ever since the story was published, we've gotten a couple hits from people kind of recognizing the name, so the story is definitely not over. There's still a lot more to it.
It's incredibly fascinating, and yeah, connecting old dots all the way back to World War II with loved ones today. I love it. You can find that at woodtv.com. Madeline, you've been talking to a lot of veteran-owned and operated businesses. Why is that such an important component for them and for communities?
Yeah, well, one thing that stuck out to me with all of the business owners that I spoke to was how much they tried to give back to the community and give back to fellow veterans, whether it's a realtor who's working to help other veterans become a homeowner, or the president of a construction company hiring other veterans. It's really important to them to be able to give back to the community and really bring an important aspect with that.
What did you find with these veterans about how they are serving or eager to serve other veterans back in their communities?
I mean, they were all very passionate people and very, they loved what they did, and they thought it was very important to help others like them who went through similar experiences.
Service on the sleeves of all the men and women, obviously, in our communities that have served. And you guys will be publishing stories throughout the month on veterans, but you can find them at woodtv.com. You can watch Phil on the live desk every single day and look for Madeline's content at woodtv.com as well. Thank you so much for your work and for joining us here right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, well, still to come here as we continue to honor vets. We'll honor the ones in our lives from the team here at Wood TV, sharing their service. That and our Vets Vault story when we come back. We're back now to our Veterans Voices special, and we're opening our Veterans Vault for our next story. We first shared the story of Sid Langer in 2018. Sid died a year later, a 100-year-old World War II veteran. We tell it to you now again to make sure that stories like Sid's from the greatest generation are not stories we ever forget.
Go in that room over there.
What makes a journey?
I mean, there's just story after story.
Is it written in the words of stories told?
I grew up in Grand Rapids, about 1 mile from here.
Traced through the distance that time takes you.
My original camera was that black one there. We took people all over the world.
How's it measured? Lives touched? Friendships forged?
Goldie, my loader, and good team.
Can you see it in pictures, wrinkles, or feel it through the memories?
16 days. We were there shooting these places down, yeah, 16 days, no sleep. Wow. So, yeah, you don't forget it too quick.
That memory, that story, is 75 years old.
That's when we were in the Battle of Okinawa.
Sid Langer is a 100-year-old World War II vet. He makes his journey in capturing life.
I got a few pictures that nobody's got because nobody who's allowed to carry a camera. I asked the skipper if I could carry a camera, and he says, yeah, that's right, as long as I can see your pictures so I can kind of categorize them that. But I didn't tell him I took a movie camera.
An 8mm camera, a piece of history still intact. It recorded what his wife and his kids couldn't see as country ripped him from family.
I didn't join. Uncle Sam says, I want you. And then I went. And I had 2 children at the time.
A third was born while the 25-year-old fought as a gunman aboard the LST-651 in what was one of the most pivotal and deadliest battles of the Second World War, Okinawa.
We were attacked by them. In the first 2 days, we had lost 30 ships. We had damaged 130 ships that were badly damaged. And then we had 1,050 of our men were killed in the first 2 days.
It doesn't take long for this sharp mind to cut back to 1945. He put his 8mm work to DVD, a rare glimpse into the still raw trenches of war.
My duty during general quarters.
Together with his wife, Beulah.
We were married 72 years. Yeah. So we got along real well that way. Yeah, it worked out real good.
They started a travel agency. Their trips, of course, set to tape.
These are some of the film I got.
They spent 25 years as missionaries in India, documented through his lens.
How many of those I have? 100, 200, 3, 4, 5, about 600 from all over the world.
Nice, man. The travel these days is just a few miles from home.
See you, man.
Each Wednesday, he shares his journeys with other vets at Marge's Donuts. Sid's life has been quite the journey.
This is Okinawa, and this is where we went.
Secret maps tell the stories of war.
The night before, and then the day afterwards, they all had a place to go, and boom, that's what they all, for the first day. They were all sent.
And yet his eyes, they're the lens to his life.
What am I proudest of? My kids. Yeah, they all did a good job. And my wife. You bet.
His eyes reflect the journey of a 100-year-old man who, after 75 years, is no further from death than that 25-year-old in the waters of Okinawa.
75 about, yeah.
Do you remember it clear as day?
Oh, yeah. There were some rough days. I hope nobody ever has to do it. Go through it again.
And that's why we share stories like Sid's. He lived a great life, and it was my honor to share his story. And there are so many veterans, so many voices to thank, to share. So I encourage you to take the time and to listen, to take the time and to share the stories you have so that their valor is never forgotten. Thank you for joining us for our special presentation of Veterans Voices. We leave you with our veterans from those who work here at Wood TV.